baseball hobby 1-box 3-team random. And with that, we will see how many times we're going to randomize these users. And that is going to be 6 times. 6 times on that randomization. And folks, we have another Mosaic Baseball 3-team random you can get in for 30% off. We also have that Donruss Optic Choice Baseball for 30% off as well. Boom. Here we go. And we've got those teams loaded right there. And we will get this pack box open as we go into that one. We have J.P. Crawford of the Mariners. J.P. Crawford of the Mariners. Following up with Albert Pujols of the Angels. David Fletcher of the Angels as well. Madison Bumgarner of the Diamondbacks. Willie Adams of the Tampa Bay Rays. Then we have Jim Thome of the Cleveland Guardians. Jim Thome of the Cleveland Guardians. Followed up by Juan Soto of the Nationals. A Drew Rasmussen RC of the Milwaukee Brewers. Drew Rasmussen of the Milwaukee Brewers right there. Going to be heading to Steven. Followed up by an Adonis Medina of the Philadelphia Phillies RC going to Phil. Then we have a Braylon Marquez RC of the Chicago Cubs heading to Cynthia. Following that up with a Chris Bubik of the Kansas City Royals RC, and that is going to be going to Steven. And then we have the Whit Merrifield of the Kansas City Royals, followed up by a rookie debut, Alex Baum of the Philadelphia Phillies heading to Phil right there. And then we have a locked-in Jose Abreu of the Chicago White Sox. And it appears we are going to have our first memorabilia of the evening, and it is going to be a rookie autographs Mosaic Tariq Screwball redemption. And that is going to be the Detroit Tigers. And that means that is heading to Double M. Alrighty, and we are on to the second pack of this Mosaic Baseball. Rowdy Tellez of the Blue Jays, Framber Valdez of the Astros, Aaron Nola of the Phillies, Jacob deGrom of the New York Mets, Jack Flaherty of the St. Louis Cardinals, Jermaine Marquez of the Colorado Rockies, Paul Goldschmidt of the St. Louis Cardinals. Then we have an all-time greats, Win Sandberg of the Cubs, followed up by a Daz Cameron RC of the Detroit Tigers headed to Double M, and a Garrett Crochet RC of the Chicago White Sox to T-Man, followed up by a Spencer Howard RC of the Phillies, and that is going to Phil. And then we're going to have the all-time greats Mosaic Red, Ken Griffey Jr. of the Seattle Mariners right there, followed by a hollow Nick Ahmed of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And then we're going to have a Stairmasters Aroldis Chapman of the New York Yankees heading to Steven right there. Following up, we have a locked-in Shane Bieber of the Cleveland Guardians, and that is going to T-Man. Two spots left in that National Treasures break, and you can get them for 30% off. Go chasing Waddle, Najee Harris, Pat Freiermuth. Second years for for Mr. Tua right there. Trey Mancini of the Ravens, Luis Robert of the White Sox, Kyle Tucker of the Astros, Joey Gallo of the Rangers, Eric Gonzalez of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Kevin Gausman of the San Francisco Giants, Jorge Polanco of the Twins, Mickey Moyniak, RC of the Philadelphia Phillies, and that is going to Phil, followed by Nick Nieder of the Miami Marlins, going to Gavin. Then we have Brent Wooker of the Minnesota Twins, RC, and that is going to be heading to Phil. Following that up with an Evan White, RC of the Seattle Mariners, going to Cynthia. We have our Disco Will Myers of the San Diego Padres, followed by an Introductions, Christian Robinson of the Arizona Diamondbacks right there. Following that up, we have a Stairmasters, Nate Pearson of the Toronto Blue Jays, going to T-Man. And then, last but not least in this pack, it is going to be a rookie autograph, and that is Mr. Jake Cronenworth of the San Diego Padres, heading to Steven. Nice rookie hits so far. Mike Messina of the Yanks, Aristides Aquino of Cincinnati, Walker Buehler of the Dodgers, Whit Merrifield of Kansas City, GT Realmuto of the Phillies, Manny Machado of the Padres, Francisco Lindor of the New York Mets. Following that up with the Jahmai Jones RC of the Baltimore Orioles, going to Steven. Then a Dane Dunning RC of the Texas Rangers, heading to Steven as well. Followed up by an all-time greats, Larry Doby of the Cleveland Guardians. And then we're going to have a Evan White RC of the Seattle Mariners right there, going to Cynthia. Followed up by a silver Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians and a Disco Walker Buehler of the Dodgers. Followed up by a V-Tool Mookie Betts. That is a cool card right there for sure. Very cool looking for sure. Of the Dodgers to Steven. And then we're going to have a rookie debut, Evan White of the Seattle Mariners to Cynthia as well. Alrighty, and after this pack, we'll be halfway through this Mosaic baseball. Austin Hayes of the Baltimore Orioles, Max Muncy of the Dodgers, Kenta Maeda of the Twins, Keston Hiura of the Brewers, Xander Bogaerts of the Red Sox, Eugenio Suarez of the Cincinnati Reds, Max Scherzer of the Washington Nationals, Ryan Zimmerman of the Nationals as well. Then we have a Luis Campusano RC of the San Diego Padres, heading to Steven, followed by Alex Manoah of the Toronto Blue Jays, going to T-Man. Following that up, we have Keegan Aiken RC of the Baltimore Orioles, going to Steven as well. And then a Disco Tariq Screwball of the Detroit Tigers, heading to Double M. And a Disco Brian Anderson of the Miami Marlins, followed by an International Men of Mastery, and that is Miguel Cabrera of the Chicago White Sox right there. And that is going to be heading to T-Man, followed up by an Eyes on the Prize Chris Sale of the Boston Red Sox to Double M. Dominic Smith of the Mets, Sonny Gray of the Cincinnati Reds, Noah Syndergaard of the Mets, Josh Bell of the Washington Nationals, Eduardo Rodriguez of the Boston Red Sox, Mookie Betts of the Dodgers, Nomar Mazara of the Detroit Tigers, a William Contreras RC of the Atlanta Braves, heading to T-Man. And then we have an all-time greats, Alex Rodriguez from the New York Yankees, followed by a Luis Garcia RC of the Washington Nationals. Then we have a silver Michael Brantley of the Houston Astros, followed by a Disco Spencer Turnbull of the Detroit Tigers. And then we have an International Men of Mastery, and that is Didi Gregorius of the Cincinnati Reds, going to T-Man, followed up by a Field Vision Johnny Bench of the Cincinnati Reds as well, going to T-Man. And then our last auto is going to be a rookie autographs, Jonathan Stever of the Chicago White Sox, and that is going to T-Man. Alrighty, and we have 4 packs left in this one. Miguel Rojas of the Marlins, Frank Thomas of the White Sox, Jesus Luzardo of the Oakland Athletics, Evan Longoria of the San Francisco Giants, Bo Bichette of the Toronto Blue Jays, Jose Barrios of the Minnesota Twins, Chris Paddock of the Padres, Corey Seager of the Dodgers, Yermain Mercedes RC of the Chicago White Sox, headed to T-Man, followed up by Tucker Davidson of the Atlanta Braves, going to T-Man as well. And then we have a Jonathan India of the Cincinnati Reds RC to T-Man, followed up by the Red, Javier Baez of the Chicago Cubs, a Disco Aristides Aquino of the Cincinnati Reds. Then we have a rookie debut, Luis Patino of the Tampa Bay Rays. Following that one up, we have an introductions Disco Austin Martin of the Toronto Blue Jays, going to T-Man. That Luis Patino of the Rays is going to Steven. And with that, we have 3 packs left in this break. Kyle Freeland of the Colorado Rockies, Max Kepler of the Twins, JD Martinez of the Boston Red Sox, Luke Vogt of the New York Yankees, Marcell Ozuna of the Braves, Willie Stargell of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Mike Trout of the Angels. We have a Sixto Sanchez RC of the Miami Marlins to Gavin, followed up by Bobby Dalbec RC of the Boston Red Sox, going to Double M. And then we have a Taylor Trammell RC of the Seattle Mariners, heading to Cynthia, followed up by an all-time greats Ken Griffey Jr. of the Seattle Mariners, a silver Chris Bryant of the Chicago Cubs, a disco Kyle Tucker of the Houston Astros, followed by an introductions Tristan Casas of the Boston Red Sox, going to Double M right there. And then we have a Stairmaster Trevor Hoffman of the San Diego Padres to finish out that pack. And we have 2 packs left in this one. Matt Olson of the Oakland Athletics, Garrett Cole of the New York Yankees, Michael Conforto of the Mets, Ramil Tapia of the Colorado Rockies, Brad Keller of the Kansas City Royals, George Springer of the Toronto Blue Jays, Pablo Lopez of the Marlins, Tanner Hook RC of the Boston Red Sox, going to Double M right there. Then we have Letty Travares of the Texas Rangers, going to Steven, followed by an Ian Anderson RC of the Atlanta Braves, heading to T-Man. And then we're going to have the blue Luis Garcia of the Washington Nationals, and that is going to be out of 99. Nice rook right there. Followed up by a silver John Means of the Orioles, a disco Mauricio Dubon of the San Francisco Giants, the V-Tool Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Atlanta Braves, followed up with an International Men of Mastery, and that is Mr. Max Kepler of the Minnesota Twins. And here we are onto our next and final pack. Rhys Hoskins of the Phillies, Maikel Franco of the Baltimore Orioles, Charlie Blackmon of the Rockies, Heimer Candelario of the Detroit Tigers, James Kernock of the Cleveland Guardians, Sean Murphy of the Oakland Athletics, Adalberto Mondesi of the Kansas City Royals, followed by a Devi Garcia of the New York Yankees, heading to Steven, a Haisong Kim RC of the San Diego Padres, going to Steven as well, Anderson Tejada of the Texas Rangers, heading to Steven. Then we have Jake Cronenworth of the San Diego Padres, going to Steven, followed up by a Jonathan Stiver Disco RC of the Chicago White Sox to T-Man, a Mike Messina of the New York Yankees to Steven. And then a rookie debut, Joe Adele of the Los Angeles Angels to Phil, followed up by a Jose Altuve, eyes on the prize of the Houston Astros. And that is going to be heading to T-Man to wrap up that break. And now we got to run down these rookies. Alrighty, let's do it. The rookie debut, Joe Adele of the Angels. The Disco, Jonathan Stever of the Chicago White Sox. Jake Cronenworth of the Padres. Anderson Tejada of the Texas Rangers. Hai-Sung Kim of the Padres. Devi Garcia of the Yankees. Ian Anderson of the Braves. Letty Tavares of the Texas Rangers. Tanner Houck of the Boston Red Sox. Taylor Trammell of the Seattle Mariners. Bobby Delback of the Red Sox. Sixto Sanchez of the Miami Marlins. Followed up by a rookie debut, Luis Patino of the Tampa Bay Rays. Jonathan India of the Cincinnati Reds. Tucker Davidson of the Braves. Yermain Mercedes of the White Sox. Luis Garcia of the Nationals. William Contreras of the Braves. Tariq Skubal of the Detroit Tigers. Keegan Aitken of the Orioles. Alex Manoah of the Blue Jays. Luis Campusano of the Padres. A Disco rookie debut, Evan White of the Seattle Mariners. Evan White again of the Mariners. Dane Dunning of the Rangers. Jahmai Jones of the Orioles. A silver Evan White of the Mariners. Brent Rooker of the Twins. Nick Nieder of the Miami Marlins. Mickey Moniak of the Phillies. Spencer Howard of the Phillies. Garrett Crochet of the White Sox. Daz Cameron of the Detroit Tigers. A rookie debut, Alex Baum of the Philadelphia Phillies. Followed up by Chris Bubick of the Kansas City Royals. Braylon Marquez of the Cubs. Adonis Medina of the Phillies. And Drew Rasmussen of the Milwaukee Brewers. And now on to our featured cards. We have the out of 99, Luis Garcia, RC right there. And that is of the Washington Nationals heading to Lucas. And then we have our 3 autos, starting with the auto redemption and ending with these 2 rookie autographs. We have the Jake Cronenworth RC of the San Diego Padres, and that is going to be heading to Steven. The Tariq Skubal redemption of the Detroit Tigers going to Double M, and the Jonathan Stiver of the Chicago White Sox headed to T-Man. And with that, we will be back with Spectra Baseball in 5 minutes.